Hi there, Fred, FR5ED, 5 is silent, here with a beer review. Today I'm looking at something, it's called Boatswain Double IPA from Rhinelander Brewing, I think it is, Rhinelander. Anyway, this is a first in more than one way. This is, I've never had anything with this brewery before, but it's also from Trader Joe's. And Trader Joe's has just opened here in Central Florida, actually in Winter Park. Happened just, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I can't remember now. It's been about 2 weeks, but my wife made her first pilgrimage there, giving some time for the crowds to die down and some parking spaces to open up. And while she was in there shopping, she saw this and picked it up for me. And it was at $3 and change, as I recall. So for a 22-ounce bottle of a double IPA at 8.4%, how could you go wrong? Well, we'll find out. We're going to review this and see, is it worth the money? Is it worth more money? Is it something I would get again or not? Well, looking at the review, I don't know if you can hear that. Major storm passed through. I thought it was cleared up, and now it's starting to pass through again, or more of it. Anyway, this does not bode well in the ratings whatsoever. On Beer Advocate, it rates a 61, which is poor, and that's after 115 ratings. I won't get to specifics that people have said about it quite yet because I want to look over at Beer Advocate. First of all, this shows up under two different names. It's been renamed apparently, and of course my suspicion is it got such bad ratings they renamed it to see if they could get it going again. I don't know. I'm making that up. But they don't have it shown or rated under this name, under Boatswain Double IPA. It's been rated under a name of Minhas, M-I-N-H-A-S, Imperial Jack Double IPA, brewed by Minhas Craft Brewery. Did they even change the name of the brewery? Anyway, it's out of Wisconsin. In both cases, it does mention that it's Wisconsin for the brewery. Here, after 277 ratings, and I've never seen anything this low, rates a 13 overall and a 0 in style. Absolutely never saw anything like this before. And when I read through the reviews, they talk about estery, fruity, weird tasting IPA, apples, carrots, and squash, and a bunch of malt liquor. It's quite a mess. Very herbal tasting. And it says bottle for $3 from Trader Joe's. What can you expect? And then it goes on. Somebody else says it was, it was worth it. I thought it would be worth it at $2.99, but it turned out to be wrong. Anyway, it goes on. It's just there is nothing that gives me any kind of hope. What does this one say? Thin cream called rather opaque, glowing red, orange, bubbly. Faint sweet bread crust, the flavors of sweet bread crust, straightforward, mild hop bitterness, touch of light fruit. Anyway, that one's not too bad, but they rated it a 2 out of 5. And it goes on, nothing at all. So my expectations are about as low as they can get. It's going to be hard to put all of that out of my mind as I taste this and smell this, but I'm going to be fair. There have been times before where if you've watched my videos, you know that I've seen low ratings and I've still liked it. Sometimes I've seen 98 plus ratings and I wouldn't get it again. So everybody's taste is different. It's just this is a lot of negative taste in a row. So let's see what happens here. All right, let's give it a pour. I got 22 ounces of this, so it could be a long night because I hate to waste anything. Okay. So far, it looks okay. It looks like beer. It's developing a nice head. In fact, let's do a zoom cam here. Take a close look at the head. Dense at the bottom, a little less dense at the top, but overall a fairly dense head. Not disappointing there. It's a little hazy. Good carbonation rising up there, but definitely a little hazy. I don't know if it's unfiltered. In fact, it's quite carbonated. It's a lot of bubbling coming up out of there. Don't know if you can see it. All right, let's get started. Here's the smell. Very much lemon lollipop with a little maraschino cherry in there. So it's got a fruity, sweet, fruity aroma, not an unfamiliar hop aroma. And by the way, there is a bit of a commercial description here. It says, the granddaddy of them all, Imperial Jack, this is the old name, I guess, robust, malty, and heavily hopped. Who said jackrabbits don't bite? Okay, that was helpful. But still very candy-like, lemon and a little maraschino cherry. So, all right, here's the big test. All right, I was expecting to, in fact, I kind of jerked a little bit there because I got another smell just as I was tasting it and it made me draw back, but it's gone now. It's weird. As I'm breathing in, just as I'm starting to take a sip, I am still getting a little kind of a transient, not acetic acid, well, acetone-ish type of thing. It's weird. I just get it when I'm smelling as I'm tasting it, a little bit like acetone. Not so much translating into the flavor. All right, let's get into the flavor. It's not as shocking as I expected. Although, let me say that I'm still getting that little bit of an acetone type flavor in there. So it did translate over. It wasn't just at the moment of taking the sip. Wow. There's hop bitterness. There's a little bit of that lemon flavor. A little bit of maltiness. Now, it's not skunky and it's not estery, I don't think. I don't think there's off flavors from a beer that's gone bad, hit by the light too long or anything like that. I still think I think this is what they intended. There's not a lot of flavor. It's not as heavily carbonated in the mouth as it appeared to be. The mouthfeel is a little light, especially for double IPA. Mouthfeel is really light because it's lighter than average. Usually for double IPA, it's going to be at least average, if not above average heaviness. This is a little thin, and there's not a lot of flavor. There's not a lot of malt breadiness or sweetness. It's mostly dry. Hop bitterness is kind of a thin, one-dimensional hop bitterness, and there's that kind of acetone essence in there. Ooh, that burp tasted funny. Wow. Still a little bit of that lemon lollipop in there, which is good. While I would not rate this at a 13 overall or a 0 in style, it's not something I would reach for again. Unless, well, no, I can't say unless Trader Joe's was the only place it stopped, because there is a grocery store across the street and an ABC Liquor about a few doors down. So I do have options when I'm passing that direction. I haven't been in there yet. I'm going to go in and see what else they may have. My wife reported back that they have very small craft beer selection, like the end of an aisle cap, which was quite disappointing because out in California in San Jose, they had a fairly decent selection, like part of an entire aisle. It's either part of an aisle or anyway. All right. I'm not recommending this. If you do have $3 and this is the only thing you can grab it, see what you think. But this is certainly not something I would reach for again anytime soon. That's Boatswain Double IPA, and this is Fred FR 5ED over and out.